Well, hi, people. Thank you for joining today's live session of the launch of the Midland Shared Service Centre Forum Awards for 2023. Dun, 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 dun. Right, we needed a bit of a trombone there, which Tim, it's over to you, Rin. Jamie Radford, I'm co-host for today. Tim, introduce yourself if you could, please, young man.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Tim Hall. I'm a director at Hayes. I sit on the Midland Shared Services Forum Committee. I'm absolutely delighted that we're launching the awards today. The 2022 and 21 awards were really successful. Great to showcase the talent that we've got out there in shared services. It's also a great opportunity to just say thank you and show some recognition for the teams and the people that live and work within shared services. So yeah, just really excited to be part of this.
Thank you, Tim. Sarah, could you introduce yourself, please?
I can. Morning, everybody. I am Sarah Walker. I am Associate Director at RSM, looking after process improvement and automation. And I too am a member of the Midlands Shared Service Forum Committee with Tim. So echo Tim's thoughts, really looking forward to the awards this year. It was great last year, but hopefully we can make it even bigger and better this year.
Totally agree. And I, as I said at the beginning, Jamie Radford, CEO and founder of the Council Public Association, and I sit on the steering committee with Tim and Sarah and a bunch of other people. And the only reason why I'm here today is because I can use tech. That's the only reason. But let's make a start. Okay, so right before we start and go through the categories, could you tell us when the nominations are actually open from?
Yeah, sure. So the nominations open today, the 3rd of May at 12:30. So get your entries in, and they will be open for a few weeks, closing on the 1st of June. So you've got a few weeks to get in there and get nominating.
And down below, because I told you I was an expert at this tech stuff, Sarah.
You are.
There's Jamie, the expert of our tech stuff.
Tech has vanished.
Disappeared off our screen. Well, we're used to all of these technical difficulties. I will just carry on with a few of the other rules, and then Jamie can rejoin us. So we want to make this a really inclusive process, so anybody can make a nomination. But the awards are really targeted at individuals and teams who either live in the Midlands and work in shared services, or are working in the Midlands-based shared service centres. There are no limits to the amount of nominations you can make, but you can only nominate for the same person team once per category. We're going to be sending out, with this recording, a link to a QR code where you can make your nominations via MS Forms. There'll be a 250 word limit for the nominations, and there'll also be a link that you can click on as well. Please include data where possible and applicable to support the nomination. Nominations that stand out should include specific aspects of the individual's teams and their actions, the outcomes, value their actions are delivered, and the manner in which they've delivered it. All applications will be judged by a panel of the MSSF committee, and each panel will recommend the shortlist to the full committee, who will agree with the final winners. And I think those are the headlines, but we'll welcome any other questions later in the session.
Perfect. Thank you, Tim. Apologies for that. I killed myself off the live session. Okay, so why don't we start with, we'll go back over the data of how you get things in. The QR code will be shared in the details, as Tim said and Sarah said, and there's a Microsoft Forms entry form as well. So why don't we go through the categories? Who's going to kick us off with the first category?
Yep. I'll start there. So the first category is a quite, well, they're all exciting, but I like this one. It's a rising star. So this is about someone that's new to shared services who has demonstrated excellent potential at the mark they're making in shared services, or at potential leadership in shared services. So something for someone new to the world of shared services to get involved in.
Thank you, Sarah. Tim?
Yeah, our second award is going above and beyond. This award is to recognise an individual who consistently goes above and beyond in their role. I mean, this could be in terms of customer service delivered either internally or externally within the shared services. It could be their performance. It could be results achieved. Anything over the past 12 months. It could even be the caring and support provided to others within their team.
Thank you, Tim. Sarah?
We've got Managing the Impossible, which is a great title. So this is about the winner will have shown how they have gone to exceptional lengths in some really challenging circumstances to get a great outcome. Again, that can be in many different situations. It could be system failures, it could be projects, it could be lack of staff, it could be absolutely anything. So something where it's been really tough, a bit more than, you know, the norm, and people have come out, you know, with a great result and really shown their leadership and strengths and team spirit, etc., through those challenges.
Thank you, Sarah. And Tim?
So number 4 is well-being for others, which I think kind of speaks for itself, but the individual team that can be nominated, this could be for well-being within the shared service centre, within the wider organisation, or could even be for well-being activity outside of their normal day job.
Lovely, thank you, Tim. And Sarah?
We've got project implementation. So that is about a project that's been implemented within the last 12 months that has given real significance and real benefit to the organisation or to the shared service centre. So thinking about all the great things, you know, the hard and the soft benefits, etc., that great project implementation can realise. So something really interesting for everyone to think about there, what they've done in the last 12 months.
Thank you, Sarah. And Tim?
Yeah, the next award is on innovation. This award is to recognise the most innovative project, process or policy that's been implemented in the last 12 months.
Thank you, Tim. And Sarah?
The best team colleague engagement. So thinking about how we're now in a world of post-pandemic, coming back to the office or hybrid working, hearing about engagement and really authentic ideas that people have had to bring the teams back together, which I think everyone realises has been quite a challenge after the last few years. So looking for those really, you know, interesting ideas that people have had to make that work.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah. And Tim?
Yeah, on to award number 8. So this is for CSR community initiative, which is, you know, really, really important, both personally to me and I think to all organisations. We want to hear from teams who've reached out beyond their organisations to support local communities and charity organisations.
Jamie seems to have vanished again, so I'll carry on. Number 9 is our most engaged Midland Shared Service Forum person. This is an award close to my heart because I did win this myself some years ago. So this is about an individual who has contributed most and participated in the forum over the year, and that's a one, as I say, close to my heart. So yeah, nice award to be involved in.
Tim, before you start, I think I need to pay the internet bill. But apologies for disturbing this. Tim, over to you, mate.
So number 10 is for raising the profile of shared services, whether that's internally or externally. And that's for an individual who demonstrates a promotion of their shared services function within their organisation, or who demonstrates promotes the benefits of shared service functions outside of their organisation.
Thank you, Tim. And Sarah?
This would be Team of the Year. So this is the team that have made the most significant advances in their working practices, how they've adapted wellbeing, looking at performance and results, the whole round, the whole holistic round look at how the team has performed. So yeah, that's a great one, Team of the Year.
That's always that's a highly contended team.
It sure is.
I did the video recordings, and we'll mention that in a second, but I did the video recording last year, and I know that actually everybody wants to go for that award. So yes. It's one of the ones that most people go for. So Tim, and our final award.
Yeah, another big one, Leader of the Year. Tell us about your greatest leader the last 12 months and why they should be the MSSF Leader of the Year.
Perfect. And I think that's the full category list, isn't it now?
It sure is.
So well, look, before my internet kicks out again, let's just remind everybody. So Sarah, just remind us when the entry dates are.
That will be today, the 3rd of May at 12:30 lunchtime.
Okay. And Tim, tell us all the rules. Can anybody make a nomination?
Anybody can make a nomination. It's a really inclusive process, and we would welcome as many nominations as possible.
And do you have to live in the Midlands, though, Tim?
So the target audience is for individuals that either live in the Midlands or they work in a Midlands-based shared service centre organisation.
Perfect, thank you. And then in terms of the number of nominations they can have, is it limited, unlimited? What's the process there?
So you can make as many nominations as you want, but you can only make one nomination per category per personal team.
Perfect. And Sarah, in terms of how they nominate, I believe there's a link to an MS document as well as a QR code.
QR code, yep. So you can use the QR code or the MS document, which is really user friendly. It doesn't take very long at all. So there's no excuses to not nominate people. It won't take you long.
And just to confirm, Jamie, I was going to say, so I know that you're going to be posting the video recording into the members LinkedIn group. I'll also post the recording out onto the general LinkedIn page. I'll also contact a number of the key members to share the details of this recording and also the MSSF forms and the QR code. But equally, if anybody wants any information following today, they can just reach out to any of the three of us, and we can obviously provide the MSF forms, the QR code, or if anybody's struggling with anything, then we can pick that up directly.
Perfect. And lastly, when are the actual awards? When do we get to know who the winners of the awards are this year?
Well, when we get that big drum roll of who the winners are, it is 20th of June at 5 p.m. and that will be on Zoom, so that allows teams, if they want to be together in the office, they can be, or if people are working at home, they can join remotely too. So yeah, the 20th of June at 5 p.m.
Well, look, again, thank you both for joining us today for our live session. Other than the technical issues my side, I think it went extremely well. As per last year, I think we were hugely inundated with award nominations, and the poor old committee have to trawl through all of them. And I say poor old committee, we absolutely love it, don't we? I mean, some of the nominations from last year were exceptional. So let's get it bigger and better this year. Let's have more nominations, if you don't mind. Get on all of the nomination as sort of gone through earlier. Tim, any final words from yourself or Sarah?
No, I don't think so. I think the more nominations, the better. I think also think of people outside of your immediate teams. It's natural to kind of think, I work in AP, it's just be people in AP that I can nominate, but actually you might see some great work from other people in your shared service centre, or maybe even you've seen some great work from people in other shared service centres. So, we'll embrace all nominations.
Perfect. And Sarah?
Yeah, echo what Tim says. Think outside of just your immediate team, particularly for some of the awards. Think about everyone in the shared service that you connect with and get nominating.
Look, thank you very much. Great live. As Sarah said earlier, it is on 5 o'clock, Tuesday, the 20th of June. Hopefully we see you all there. Best bib and tucker. Tim, we're going to have to put the, I think the Dicky bow on. Sarah, you're going to have to put a frock on. But yes. See you all there on the 20th. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks everybody.